30 seconds or less, the rapid fire NFL pick show where I make picks in 30 seconds or less for all the NFL Sunday games with the exception of the primetime game. Find a standalone video for Giants Commanders right here on the Vegas Insider YouTube channel. All right, quick recap. Last week, it was a losing week, so we're going to try to get back to our winning ways here in week 15. Let's get right into the action. We're going to start things off with the Eagles team total over 28.5 points. This is a mismatch of epic proportions in Chicago. Chicago 30th in yards allowed per pass attempt. Philly second in yards per pass attempt. They will move the ball through the air with these. They are top 4 in both third down and red zone offense. Chicago bottom 6 in those categories. Defensively, 48, 35, and 40 points scored in Philly's last 3 games. Next up, give me the Texans plus 14 with the Kansas City Chiefs in 10. The Kansas City Chiefs play down to the competition. They refused to pull away versus the Denver Broncos last week. They only beat them by 6. It took them a last-minute field goal to cover the spread against the Rams a couple weeks ago. They needed overtime to beat Malik Willis. Texans 3-1 against the spread as a double-digit underdog this season. Next up, give me the Cowboys -4. Bounce back coming in Jacksonville versus the Jaguars. Do not be a prisoner of the moment and overvalue last week's results. Dallas has a gigantic defensive advantage in this game. They're 6-1 in the last 7 games. A couple of complete ass kickings in those games. An 18-point win, a 20-point win, a 37-point win, and a 35-point win. They bounce back versus the inconsistent Jaguars. Next up, Lions-Jets under 44.5 points. A different type of game for the Lions here. They're usually involved in high-scoring games. Not the case on Sunday. Detroit averages an insane 13.7 fewer points per game on the road. Now, you take this and you combine it with a sketchy quarterback situation for the Jets and a really good defense for the Jets, and I think we got ourselves a recipe for a low-scoring game. Next up, another low-scoring game, Steelers versus Panthers. Give me under 37.5. Pittsburgh, a sketchy quarterback situation of their own. They're averaging just 15.6 points per game on the road versus the Panthers, who are 30th in third down offense. Expect a lot of punting in this game. Each team has had trouble moving the ball, and they played in a combined 10 games that have failed to cross 35 points. Give me the under there. Next up, Saints -4 with Desmond Ridder and the Falcons in town. So New Orleans has dramatically underachieved from a win-loss perspective when you consider that they come into week 15 ranked 7th in net yards per play. Not living up to their stats here, but I do think they can put it together at home where they've been much better versus the reeling Falcons and Desmond Ridder. The Falcons, by the way, 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. 17 or fewer points scored in 5 of their last 7. Desmond Ridder, can he get it done? I do not think so. Next up, we go out to beautiful Las Vegas. Patriots versus Raiders. Give me over 44.5 points. Average combined score of 51.4 in Raiders home games. Everybody scores in Las Vegas, right? Vegas ranks 29th in yards allowed per play at home. The Patriots, meanwhile, we've seen this defense get run all over a couple times in the past couple of weeks here versus the Bills and the Vikings. And their offense, actually, they put up better numbers on the road. So a bit of a low number there. Take the over on that one. Next up, low number for Cardinals Broncos, 36.5. Guess what? It's not low enough. Give me the under. God damn it. The last 2 times out for Colt McCoy, 13 points scored versus the Patriots the other night and 10 points scored versus the Giants a couple weeks ago. So tough matchup for him versus the Broncos. I get it. They're a laughingstock. The defense is really good, though. They're ranked 4th in yards, 4th in points allowed and 5th in yards allowed per play. Denver, meanwhile, we know the story. They are 11-2 to the under this season. 9 of those games stayed under 36 points. The total for this one is 36.5. It's looking like Mark Rippon versus Colt McCoy here. That doesn't exactly scream shootout, does it? Next up, the Bengals -3.5 in Tampa Bay versus the Bucs. The Bucs absolutely suck. Come on here. Versus a couple high-quality teams this season. They got the doors absolutely blown off them. We saw what happened versus San Francisco. They lost by 28 The Kansas City Chiefs beat them by 10 in Tampa. Wasn't as close as that final score indicated in that one. And they're 9-1 against the spread in their last 11 games. And I still think they're being overvalued in this game versus a Bengals team that's absolutely peaking right now. And check this out. The Bengals are 18-3 against the spread in their last 21 games. They're a wagon. And I'm jumping right on it this week. And we're going to wrap things up with the Tennessee Titans +3 in Los Angeles versus the Chargers. So I think that they can give them a game because of one man. That one man is Derrick Henry. He's going to be busy here on Sunday versus a Chargers defense that is dead last in yards allowed per rush attempt. Surprisingly sad, Titans, a respectable 10th in yards per pass attempt. They can move the ball through the air. The Chargers, 27th in that category, by the way. You know, the Chargers, you don't get a whole lot of consistency out of this team. They're coming off a great win versus the Dolphins there on Sunday, but trouble closing out games, trouble stringing together wins. Meanwhile, the Titans, a team that people often count out, probably even more so now, coming off of 2 ugly losses. Okay, quick recap here for a week 15. 3 favorites, 2 dogs, 2 overs, 3 unders. Good luck this weekend, and we will see you next time. Woo!